My name is Miriam Nakiyaga, and the challenge I'm tackling today is how might we make healthy, nutritious foods more available to Ugandans. Uh, well, starting with the 80% staple foods in Uganda being deficient in essential nutrients, both naturally and those lost during processing, especially when it comes to our main staple you can find in every home, that is the maize flour that is consumed by most low-income families as well as middle-income families in Uganda. What does this mean? It means that uh, when Ugandan households are not accessing healthy food, this has contributed to 29% of children below 5 years being stunted. What does this mean? It means it's going to affect their cognitive development. These children cannot thrive in school, and when they grow into adulthood, they cannot get decent jobs, and this has continuously contributed to the cycle of poverty. Aside stunting, this lack of access to healthy foods has made 1 in 5 women being anemic. Imagine in this room, 1 in 5 women are anemic because they cannot access iron in the food that they are consuming. So we are native harvests, and we believe in nourishing Ugandans indigenously. How are we going to do that? We believe that we have underutilized crops in Uganda, for example, the pigeon pea and the amaranth grain, that can be used to locally fortify our starchy staples in Uganda. Why indigenous foods? When we look at the profile of the pigeon pea right there, adding just three ratios of pigeon pea to 7 ratios of maize flour could be a game changer. Let's look at the protein content. In just 100 grams of pigeon pea, you could add up to 22 grams of protein, 65% of iron, and it's quite a potassium powerhouse with 30% of the recommended dietary allowance. And then when we look at the amaranth grain, with up to 14 grams of protein and 7.6 milligrams of iron, if added to our major staples like the maize flour, that's about 58% of the recommended daily allowance. Apart from their nutrition profile, when we look at the pigeon pea, aside providing us the nutrition profile, it's a perennial crop. This means farmers can continue to harvest up to 5 years without having to replant, and that is the way we need to go if we need a regenerative food system. This means people can have supply or access to nutritious food, and they don't have to worry about issues of food insecurity. So this is what we need as we face the climate crisis. We need these to promote these resilient crops and incorporate these ingredients into our diets. So this was just a representation of what we've been doing. But we are looking at the smallest unit being 50 kilograms, which is on the other side. And the team is comprised of myself. I'm a single founder for now. Of course, I can't do it alone. So what I bring to the team is my background in nutrition and food science. I understand the nutrition content of these quite underutilized indigenous crops, and I'll be able to identify and source out the most highly nutritious crops in this business. The progress so far, I've been able to prototype up to 24 indigenous ingredients, and I'm in the process of profiling up to 50 indigenous ingredients. I've also reached out to 20 farmers who are growing these crops, but unfortunately, brands are not reaching out to these farmers to source out these crops. So I'm bridging that gap by sourcing these ingredients from the farmers and through a B2B business, supplying them to these brands so that they can incorporate them into their products. And because of that, I've been able to reach out to 21 food brands that have shown interest in incorporating these ingredients in their products. I've been able to raise up to 800,000 in revenue from sales and orders of up to 2 million shillings. My funding ask is 31 million, which is about $8,000 US dollars. And through that, with a profit margin of 34%, in the first year, we shall be able to make $31,000, of which the funding ask 55% of it will go in operation, sourcing these ingredients. We need equipment to process and turn them to flours. And with that, we believe the impact will be in the first year, 15 food brands will be able to shift from using conventional ingredients to using regenerative, indigenous, highly nutritious ingredients. And we believe in the first year, we shall be able to source out from 2,000 farmers that are growing these crops. That is, you're helping them on their journey in agroecology, but you're also increasing their incomes. And we believe if these brands, if these 15 brands on board, then up to 200,000 households will be able to access healthier meals in their homes. And so join me on this journey to provide regenerative diets to Ugandans.